in this country are going to be looking at. We came to power, we instituted policies that Liberians are benefited from. And if I had to name few of the policies, the free wash fee payment. It's a policy that we instituted. Children, even including Joseph Boga children, is cousins, nephew, they are benefiting from it. They are not paying wash fee. That's President We Have Vision. We instituted a free tuition policies in colleges and universities, public universities and colleges. They are benefiting from it. We instituted a policy where you don't have to stay online at the university campus to register. You can be in Bogongere and you register online. That President We Have Visions. He came to power, he said, the army, the men and women in the army, they should have a place that when they get sick, they should go. The 14th Military Hospital, that is vision. The Embry Hospital in Bakpolu, in Western Region, that is vision. The RIA Road, the Doe Community Road, the Kanta to Lokatua Road, the Housing Unit across the country, that is vision. Today, Sando is one of those places that are benefiting the TVET program. That's why we have vision. Go to Unification Center. Every time I hear people say, the man did not do anything in Sando. Go to Unification. The 100-bedroom hospital. You are a journalist. That is vision, right? You go to Graceful Farm, the school. You go to Menier, Sino, and Mimi. That is vision. Yes, the school there. Today, it was one of George we had that to improve girls, children going to school, what the we are do through his partner. They instituted a policy that when you are in 10th, 11th grade, you receive $200 to $300 on your mobile and phone. Girls, children, US. Yes. St. John we had left power. The children are getting there. The last time the children were asking me, what happened to our money? I said, because we are not in power. So the John we have policy there, there is vision there. Those are things that we are did that the Unity Party, they could not, withstand, and they use propaganda to come to power. So the propaganda they used was, we are bringing drugs, we are not going well, we are responsible for all of the NGO leaving the country, there's no job, no company coming. So the question I'm asking, we're going 3 years now. Do we have any new company in Liberia to get Liberian for job? I said no. Are we receiving NGO? I said no. Are children still standing in the street? Yes. I don't want to receive the money. But I want to argue that you get in cash that will be no rep. I have a message in Kuga. I couldn't receive the money. And this is not the first time on Kuga to receive the money. Yeah, from where I was only Kuga received the last year. Now, when we argue that the money should not be in cash because it should be documented, Kuga took it on a check, on route to all, and sent it to the beginning in Rwanda. Just to damage all of all. Now, I was in the district doing my work. I saw those things up. Linking all to corruption. All Orokuga is doing is he doesn't want coal as a superintendent. So he wants to damage coal. He avoided coal to corruption. You don't treat your police like that. You don't treat your police like that. So he took the check and sent the information to the guys there in Rwanda, and they started to read. I guess it was corruption. That was not corruption. And this is my first time, but this is what they have been receiving.
They're giving their candidate there for them to wear because they can sleep. But let me say something to you. Hold on, let me say something to you. I said to you, every year they come with the same story. Just the other day, someone said that, when I was in the Senate, as the president of the Senate, Georgia did not put a hand up. My people, in a very soft tone. Yes, you are correct. You will not see my hand because every time I put it on, you will be sleeping. So how you see my hand? Mr. President, you will not be. To come to Liberia because people have put their cars on the table already to bring electricity. So we
done that?
Yeah, I'm talking
about privatization.
No, I'm talking about privatization. What I'm talking about is that the country needs light and water.
To Friday, 9 to 11. Place radio, they bring talk with the heavy.
7. Ambassador KONAH RUFUS on the mic. For talking points, we go shine the light. Talking point for Blaze we day. 92.7 online every day. Politics, news, and truth we bring.
Good evening, people.
We talk the
Wherever you are, let me say good evening to you wherever you are, however you are joining us. It is a pleasure to have you with us tonight on the Talking Point. Yeah, tonight, it promises to be more fascinating. It promises to be more fascinating on tonight's edition of the Talking Point. There are too many things that we need to talk about. Too many things
chats. Talking
that we need to talk about, and definitely we'll talk about them tonight.
mind for Blaze we
My name is Ambassador KONAH RUFUS. Let me say good evening to you, people.
Liberia's future. We all
Today is Tuesday, August 11, 2026.
7 online every day. Politics.
And of course, tonight we're going to have a very fascinating edition of the Talking Point tonight.
For Blaze with the real talk.
Yeah.
Ambassador Rufus, your voice.
So let me say good evening to every one of you that are joining us online. Let me say good evening to you. Like the man Don Miller is watching live from Ganta, Nima County. And thanks for joining us, Don Miller.
So tune in every night. Don't miss the show. Talking
Those of you joining us in other countries,
Rufus, your voice.
let me say thanks for always joining us.
Defend.
So tonight we are going to talk about Liberia, and everything on this program is Liberia, and we'll definitely do the same tonight. We're going to talk about Liberia. So wherever you are, however you are joining us, let me say good evening to every one of you. Those of you in Radio Land, I'd love to say thanks for joining us. Those of you following us through our online platforms that are the Blaze Online TV on Facebook, I'd love to say thanks for joining us. If you are following us through YouTube as well, those of you watching us on YouTube, let me say thanks for joining us as well on tonight's edition of the Talking Point. If you are listening to us through our online radio, Blaze Online Radio, let me say thanks for joining us as well. Good evening to you. It is a pleasure to be on your radio and your television this beautiful Tuesday evening from Pinsville. So yeah, last night we were here, folks. And after we left the show, of course, we talked about this thing that has to do with Vijora Biako, where the 48 hours was close to an end. And we were like, what do you expect from the president? What do you expect? What do you think the investigators will report to the office of the president? And after we left, few minutes after we left the show, the executive marshal put out a press statement. In fact, we received the press statement even before the executive marshal put it out. We received the information. We announced it on the radio before the executive marshal published the statement last night. So, yeah, and Vijora Biako is suspended. Yeah, he's suspended from the Liberia National Police and also removed from his position as officer in charge of the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency. And of course, Daniel Ziaga has been appointed as the boss of the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency. Now he's not acting. Okay, he's being appointed as the proper Director General of the Liberia Justice Enforcement Agency. But before the legislature return, they are on break. So before the return, he's going to be acting. You got to get approval. You got to be confirmed by the Liberian Senate. So while the legislature is on their usual break, while they are on their break, they are the acting leadership, or the current leadership be appointed by the president. They are going to be acting in their various positions while the Senate return. When the Senate return, they will schedule his hearing or their hearing, and when they shall have been confirmed, then they will definitely take their positions as they have been nominated by the president. So, yeah, I think There have been lots of thoughts. People have been expressing their opinions. We've been seeing lots of commendation from folks, even from some folks in the opposition, have been commending the president for especially the appointment of Daniel Ziaga to lead the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency. You know, the LDA has been one of those institutions who is really giving the government, the current administration, a hard time, especially when it comes to leadership. Every time there's changes in leadership, and of course, yeah, we're gonna see this new leadership, how their work going to be. But there are lots of people confident that this is the right appointment being made by the president. Lots of people are confident. All right, so yeah, so tonight we are going to look at part of the statement coming from the executive mansion as to the suspension. Yeah, we know about the appointment of Daniel Ziaga. We know about that, so we are not focus our attention on that. But we're going to look at the suspension of Biako. We're going to look at that. What led to a suspension? Because the executive mansion said some ethical reasons, right, for which he was suspended. So we're going to look at that and see, I guess, we can have some conversation about that as well, right? Yeah, because when such a report comes out and the executive mansion is telling us that the investigators reveal that they did not see any direct link to any narcotics and illegal activities being carried out by the former officer in charge of the source of ethical transgressions. So we're going to look at that to ask some questions. We have lots of questions to ask here tonight. Lots of questions to ask surrounding the investigation of Vejera Biako. There are lots of questions we have on unanswered questions that we need to ask. Lots of unanswered questions, right? So it's going to be more fascinating. Like a man like himself, what measure did this government or the president use to derive a Ziaka appointment? Because he is one of those past officials they criticized while in opposition yesterday. Yeah. Yeah, but that's what Don Mela is saying. So we're going to look at that. We're going to look at everything about the suspension of Federal Biako. We're going to look at that as well. And what's the way forward? We are also getting a report that Federal Biako have been denied to travel to the United States, according to the report. But we are not totally confirmed that, but that's what we are getting prior to us coming on the show tonight. That's a report we are receiving, that he was denied going to the U.S. So as to whether that denial is based on this decision by the president and the allegation against him, that is something we cannot verify it for now. That is something we cannot just verify for now. So yeah, so be right there, folks. Those of you in Radio Land, keep putting your transaction. The Blaze cash giveaway is on *799*9#. Remember, the more ticket you put in, the better your chances to be one of our many winners. So keep putting your transaction *799*9#. Put in multiple tickets, increase your chances to be one of our many winners here tonight. You play with 50 Liberian dollars and stand a chance to win big, up to 10,000 Liberian. You can win 30,000, you win 10,000, you win 5,000, but you have the opportunity to win up to 10,000 Liberian dollars tonight. *799*9#. That's the code. So yeah, tonight let's see. So the president of the Republic of Liberia held some engagement today with his government officials. Yes, with his government officials. The president held some engagement today with his government officials. And we're also going to look at, the president made some strong statement today. We're going to look at that as well. Yeah, I think I thought I'm forgetting about that, but we'll definitely look at that. We're going to look at what some of the things the president said. So yeah, the president, he convened and chaired the National Steering Committee on the Arrest Agenda for Inclusive Development. So yeah, he chaired the entire occasion today, and he made some strong statements for which we are going to listen to some of them, and we are also going to see our best we can talk about some of those things being said today by the president. So let me play you the president's voice. Just listen to what President Bouaka said today. Let me see how best I can lay my hands on it quickly on what President Bouaka said. Where's the file? Good. This is the president. Okay, let me play you what the president said. Listen to what President Bouaka said.
To observe that our past 12 months, so we are encouraged to observe that our past 12 months, substantial progress has been made in aligning national platform with our development priorities. We have made progress, we must admit. Furthermore, the enhanced coordination among institutions and the vigorous efforts to mobilize resources for key interventions demonstrate a strong commitment to advancing these goals. I must admit that there are ministries where you have ministers. These ministers may travel several times. They don't achieve as much as some ministers, we must admit, because other people put more effort, they use more and better strategies. And we have to say thanks to these people who do these are important steps, firmly established positive trajectory towards sustainable development. While progress has been made, we must be honest with ourselves that the achievement has not been consistent. In the some area.
So yeah, let me pause there. Let me pause there a little bit, right? So you listen to the president. Okay, David Richard, you say he's following from Soul Clinic community. Okay, thanks for following us, David Richard. Thanks for following us from Soul Clinic. So you listen to what the president said. President Bouaka is saying, so far, his government they are making effort. They are making progress. There are progress being made. That's something he said boldly. They are making effort. But he went on to let me get here his exact quote, right? Let me get here exact quote. Listen to this part.
Development. While progress has been made, we must be honest with ourselves that the achievement has not been consistent.
The achievements has not been consistent. Those achievements by the government have not been consistent, according to the president. So he earlier on, from the initial stage of his comments, he made it clear. He said it clear, boastfully, right, that there are progress. There are progress that is being made or that are being made by the government. But while there are progress, he also said, listen, there more need to be done. Right? There's more need to be done
towards sustainable development. While progress has been made, we must be honest with ourselves that the achievement has not been consistent.
The achievement has not been consistent. So that's the first part of the president's statement. Let's complete it. Let's see if we can complete it quickly.
In the some area, efforts fell short. The implementation gaps, delays, institutional bottlenecks were still present. These issues demand immediate action. And as we are committed to delivering our agenda within the established time frame, we must do what is right. Government is fully dedicated to achieving results, and the people expect our national plan. And all institutions are hereby on notice to implement full range of our sector interventions without further delay. And I mean this seriously. You could ask all the permission to travel. Sometimes we don't want to say no, but we also see the effect on your productivity.
So let me play you this part again. Listen to this, to what the president said. Right? Listen to it again.
National plan. And all institutions are hereby on notice to implement full range of our sector interventions without further delay. And I mean this seriously. You could ask all the permission to...
So they should implement 4D. They should be able to implement 4D their responsibility, all sectors. And it's clear. You listen to him. He mean it. He mean it. That's President Joseph speaking to his officials. He's speaking to them. Let's continue.
Travel. Sometimes we don't want to say no, but we also see the effect on your productivity. Trust me, we are quite aware of the shortcomings. We took over a government with a lot of things that were not in place, but we can't continue. The Liberians are not going to forgive you because you have good excuses. They will thank you for saying Inspector.
So you listen to that part. He's right now telling his people, listen, the truth there is we made lots of challenges. There were lots of things that were not into place when we came. But should we use that as an excuse? Should we use that as an excuse to the Liberian people, for which the president believes it should not be an excuse? Let's consider this, people. Let's consider.
In spite of all of this, we're able to do this. So we want to encourage you to do that. The media is not going to listen to you. So I want to thank all of you who have done so well. And
so when the president said, media will not listen to you, there will be no excuse. The media will not listen. And of course, many of you already know, especially we that Blaze FM here, we really do not listen to some of these fancy excuses coming from officials, right? So I guess the president knows that directly. His audience is officials. No, the media will not get an excuse. Do not listen to excuse. You need to implement.
You continue to make extra effort. As National Steering Committee, our responsibility is to provide strong and effective policy oversight. We must ensure that every intervention undertaken is fully aligned with our national priorities outlined in the AAID, and they deliver measurable results. And I want to expect the implementation institutions to uphold the highest standard of accountability and performance. And believe.
So he said, urging them to uphold accountability, the standard of accountability and performance, especially in the implementation of the arrest agenda. That is what President Joseph Boakai is today when he was speaking to his officials. Right? That's what he was doing. It was
I must be honest with you that in instances when we see that people are not measuring up, with all due respect, we have to ask you to move elsewhere and give way to people. It's not because...
So you listen to him. Let me say good evening to Azariah Rufus. Thanks for joining us for Grandpa Kante. Thanks for joining us, my big brother there. Thanks for always joining us every night. You listen to him. When he sees that you are not performing, you will need to give way. Wait, let me go by a little bit. Listen to this part. Maybe many of you did not get it.
I'm not measuring up. With all due respect, we have to ask you to move accountability and performance. And believe you me, I must be honest with you that in instances when we see that people are not measuring up, with all due respect, we have to ask you to move elsewhere and give way to people. It's not because...
So when you are not performing, you are not. If your performance is not measured, right? It's not measurable. Definitely, you have to ask you to give way to other people.
You're not good, but you may be good for something else.
Yeah. You may not be good. Probably you are not good on that job, but you're good for something else.
We are encouraged.
Yeah. So that's what exactly the president today when President Joseph Boakai, and folks, these are some strong words coming from the president. Yeah. And listen, folks, the reason why this particular part of this speech, he said lots of things, right? Lots of things. But this part of the speech today caught my attention. You know why? Because there are many of you out there, and this one I'm speaking directly to supporters of President Joseph Boakai. Yes, I'm speaking to you directly. Those of you who are fully supporting this administration, who are in support of this administration, all right, who always want for the good thing, who always praise this administration. You are the one I'm talking to. Listen, you listen to the president. The first thing when the president started, the president acknowledged that there are progress his government is carrying out. His government have accomplished lots of achievements. He said that. He said there are achievements we have carried out. But in as much as there are achievements, they are not sustainable. Some of them, he talked about that. I mean, let me get the word before I misquote the president. Yes, it should be around here. Let me get the exact word before I misquote the president. Yeah.
Because other people put more effort, they use more and better strategies. And we have to say thanks to these people who do these are important steps, firmly established positive trajectory towards sustainable development. While progress has been made, we must be honest ourselves that the achievement has not been consistent.
Okay, that's the word, consistent. Good. He said, while there have been achievement, but the achievements, or there have been progress, the achievements are not consistent. That's what the president is saying. And listen, to some of you who support this government, who always see everything about the government, about the president, is good. Whether when they do the wrong thing, you sing hallelujah, you want to turn out wrong to be good. I think you are one of those people the president was talking to today. The president said, listen, we are making progress. But we need to be clear. We need to be real. We need to be sincere with our people. Those achievements, they are not consistent. We are not being consistent with our achievements as a government. The president was talking to his officials today. And listen, when I listened to the president when he was speaking today, I was nodding my head. You know why? Because I saw him speaking as a leader. He was not speaking like, for instance, there were some of you guys who support him straight 12 years. No, he was not saying it. Whether the good things are being done or not, he will say 12 years. What he was saying, he was speaking reality. What the Liberian people was exactly on the ground. That's what the president was speaking. Today, he was telling his officials, in as much as there are progress, but listen, those progress are not being consistent. So, in other words, he was telling his people, his lieutenants, let's be consistent in our achievements. We can't be doing some achievement on the side, they'll be blown on the other side. No. We can't be making some gains on the side, then we are messing up on the other side. That's what exactly the president was saying. He spoke like, listen, I'm one of those people, when the president does the wrong, you guys, especially our ardent followers, the followers of this program, especially many of you already know me, right? I do not mince my word to say that. No, I do not mince my word to say that. When the president does the wrong thing, I will definitely say it. I don't mince my word. But listen, for you to listen to a president speaking in such form and manner, one thing I got from the president, right? One thing I got. That means the president realized that there are shortcomings in his government. That means he have identified that there are shortcomings in his government. And one thing I will not take away is how some of those people who report to the president, who advise the president, I can't take that away from them. Because if they did not inform the president about the reality, about what they are actually doing, I don't think he were going to be speaking the way he spoke today. I don't think he was going to be speaking like that. But because some of those people, the reports that they give, they are the reality. That is, we are making progress in some of these areas, but in some of those areas, we are not making progress. So as a president, you saw him speaking the way he spoke, and he spoke like a leader. I must be real. President Boga spoke like a leader today. Although he's been doing it in the past, in some instances. But listen, he spoke like a leader today. He spoke the reality. He told his colleagues or his lieutenants, and his colleagues were his lieutenants, right? That listen, when you're working and we are not seeing productivity from your work, we have to let it go. He said, let me be real. We'll have to let it go. We have to let it go. And I do not think that some of those people have been advising the president, Mr. President, everything is okay. Because when he's being advised that everything is okay, when he's being told that everything is okay, when he has been made to believe that everything is okay, I strongly believe, right, the president is going to say everything okay today in the country. So since the president have been told that Mr. President, there are challenges. We are making progress, but the progress are not being consistent. And the president have been seeing it in a report. He been probably listening to radio because in recent time he said, right now you can listen to Liberian radio station now. Although earlier he said he was not listening to Liberian radio, only there be a BBC. But in recent time he said he can listen to Liberian other radio stations now in Liberia. I don't know why changed his mind, but that's what he said. So probably maybe he read in the newspaper or he listened to radio. He listened to other Liberians. And he got to know that, okay, the reality is prevailing. So he got to caution his people, his lieutenants. And let me give it out for the president. Let me give it out for the president. From those strong-worded statements that have been made by the president today. Again, like I said earlier, the president spoke like a leader. He spoke like a leader. And when I listened to the president, I was like, wow, okay. That means President Boga knows what exactly happened on the ground. That means President Boga knows some of his government officials, right? Some of them are performing, but some of them are failing dismally. He knows that. He knows that some of the sectors, they are beyond repair. He's aware of that. He is aware of that. And that's the reason why he was speaking the way he spoke today. And I'm going to give it up for the president. I must give it up for the president. Like I said, he spoke like a leader today. He was being very clear with his officials. He did not miss his word to speak to them. And that's how we expect our president to be speaking to his leaders, to his lieutenants, to his team players. That's how we expect for the president to speak to them. Be clear with them. And that's what we saw from the president. So let me give it up for President Joseph Boakai today. Yes, let me give it up for him. He spoke actually well. Absolutely, he spoke well. And he spoke like a leader. All right. So, folks, those of you just joining us, let me say thanks for joining us. This is The Talking Point on Blaze Radio 98.7 FM. My name is Ambassador KONAH RUFUS. Keep putting your transaction *799 *9#. Those of you watching us online, I'd love to say welcome. Thanks for joining us. But don't worry, we're about to go quickly to our next topic. We're about to go there. Yes, I still love to give it up for the president. Yeah. Aside the talking, we also want to see action, Mr. President. Actions. Compare these officials to do the right thing, to work in the interest of the Liberian people, on why you were voted as president of the country. Compare them. Yeah. And that's the beginning we saw today, with you being very clear. And to those people who always say everything is good in the country, no, President Boakai said everything is not good in the country. President Boakai saying, listen, the progress that are being made by his government, they are not consistent with it. They're not consistent with the progress. That's what the president is saying. The president is saying there are officials in the government who are not producing. So if they continue, they will have to leave the government. That's what the president is saying. So some of you who can come out, okay, 12 years, president is doing well. The president, Liberia have tend to go and down. Here is already in Liberia. No. President Boakai is saying no. For which I think he spoke as a leader. Yeah. All right, folks. So let's see how best we can transition to our next topic. Yes, let me see how best we can transition quickly. The time is 10 minutes up to 10 o'clock. Yeah, let's see how best. Today I want to give you longer time, if possible, more than last night. I want to give you longer time because lots of you always want to express a thought. But let me see let's go to the statement. Like we said, we're going to look at the decision of the president. The decision of the president to suspend Vedra Biako. So before we go to that, Senator Abraham Dillon just wrote this about 1 hour ago. Let me read it. And he wrote this particularly to Daniel Sano, the deputy minister. He said, Honorable Daniel O. Sano, let me do this in public this time around. That means he's been doing it in private. But probably maybe it's not yielding fruit. So right now he said, this time around doing it public, right? I may not be the right or best moral voice to advise you. I am with my own shortcomings as a human and a national leader, but I have been around for a good while and have gained some experience in public service. I have grown from a youth to a full-grown adult in public service for over 20 years. I can still recall when I was a kid growing up, my mother used to say, my son, you better take time in life. You got far away to go. This was a positive advice that I did not understand at the time. Or I thought then that my mother simply wanted to slow me down from doing things my own way. No doubt, I have been irrelevant and consequential figure in opposition in our national politics, and now irrelevant and consequential figure with humility in collaboration with the current ruling administration. I have seen it all in my lifetime. Thus far, I have been liked at times, disliked at times, as well as booed at times, and cheer on at times. I have seen it all thus far. To the issue of this post, your recent comment directed at Senator Amara KONAH is essentially referencing his religion and religious belief was inappropriate and out of order from my viewpoint. There are many other ways to respond to issues than the manner and path you have chosen. You need to reach out to make amends. You being like a young brother or a younger brother, I am giving you the same advice my mother used to give me from a good place, hoping you will take it in good strides. Do not follow some of these political clapping and cheers. They may be temporary and can shift. Yeah, so that is what Senator Dillon, he just wrote and he published on his page about 1 hour ago to the Deputy Minister Daniel Sano. All right? Yeah, that's what he wrote to Daniel Sano. So yeah, but let's go to the issue. Yeah, let's go to the issues that we want to talk about. Yes, let's go to the issue we want to talk about. Folks, those of you right there. Good. So let me read you, and I'm not reading the entire press statement from the executive mansion. What I'm doing, I'm just reading the part that has to do with the suspension of Vedra Biako. All right? So I want us to look at a few things around there before opening the phone line shortly. President Joseph Human Barker has indefinitely suspended former Liberia Justice Enforcement Agency officer in charge, Vedra Biako, from the Liberia National Police for ethical transgressions and ordered that he be subjected to a more detailed investigation. The decision follows a review of an investigative report submitted by the Ministry of Justice. According to the report, there was no established involvement by Vedra Biako in illegal narcotics trafficking. Let me read that play again. According to the report, there was no established involvement by Vedra Biako in illegal narcotics trafficking. No established involvement. That is one of the things you should take into key consideration. No established involvement. However, the report identified ethical concerns. Take note of that as well. However, the report identified ethical concerns surrounding Biako that the president said warrant further scrutiny to determine whether additional administrative or other appropriate actions may be necessary. Take that into consideration. Following a marital National Security Council meeting, President Boga reaffirms the allegations of misconduct must be addressed fairly, professionally, and in accordance with due process. The president emphasized that no individual will be condemned without evidence, but no public official will be exempt for accountability where questions concerning integrity arise. Yeah, so that's the part of the press statement from the executive mansion that has to do with the suspension of Vedra Biako as officer in charge, or let's say deputy commissioner for police. Yes, that's that part of it. That's the part of it. Now, okay. So what the president is telling us, that the investigation report was presented to him. That's the first thing we should get. That the 48 hours investigation was concluded, and the president actually received the investigative report. Now, according to the executive mansion, in the report, there was no direct or established evidence that indeed Fedora Biago was involved or has any link to any narcotics activities. No. There's nothing of such. There's nothing of such. But one thing that it said the report identified ethical concerns surrounding Biago that the president said warrant further scrutiny to determine whether additional administrative or other appropriate actions may be necessary. So in as much as there was no direct link or in what the executive mansion wrote, in as much as there was no established involvement by Fedora Biago into any trafficking, no established involvement of Fedora Biago into any narcotics trafficking. So in as much as that did not exist, but the investigation also identified ethical concerns. Now, folks, fellow Liberians, when some of these actions are being taken, when some of these statements are being released by public officials, yeah, it is good that we appreciate the president for taking some of those decisions, especially we as one of the president's decisions to fight drugs. We really want him to do that. But listen, in as much as we want some of these things to happen, but we need to ask some questions. Yeah, we need to ask some questions. We need to ask some questions, right? For instance, what perceived ethical transgressions did the Ministry of Justice report identify against Fedora Biago? Right? That is something that the executive mansion did not inform the Liberian people. For instance, they said there have been ethical concerns, ethical transgressions. What is the ethical transgressions that the Ministry of Justice identify, for which the president is now calling on for deeper investigation? Because, for instance, folks, we saw that Monty Cody and other people who've been really into this deeper investigation into this thing and been calling names. Monty Cody reported that Fedora Biago received a pickup from one of the drugs cartel, or someone allegedly believed to be a drug cartel, who is the CEO of Private Bar. Monty Colley said this guy, the former ORC of the LDA, received a pickup. Is it possible that probably he received cash? He did not give any evidence of that. But one thing that he said he received a pickup. He went on to point a pickup that he, Fedora Biago, have been riding. He's been carrying his convoy. Although when Monty announced it first, he came out to say no. In fact, because Monty only announced the license plate and the color of the pickup. he first take him out, he and the LDA, they deny it, that in fact, they have not, never received anything of such. They had no idea on any pay cut of such. So, what they were telling us is that, listen, any pay cut anything has to do with great pay cut with such a lesson plate, at no time the LDA boss does not have anything to do with it. Because if there were clarity to be made, they would have made that clarity to say, okay, there is a pay cut that we have at the LDA, but maybe this pay cut is a government-owned property. No, but they say it has nothing to do with it. The information is false and misleading. Now, Martin went on to provide more evidence where he federal Biago for a seated before the pickup. Aside from that, he's seen riding the pickup. The next one, he's seen the pickup in his convoy. That's the same pickup he rode when he went to burn the 370 million cocaine. That's the same pickup they burn. Or he used to go down there. So that means the truth down there is, listen, he actually has link to the pickup and the lesson plate that Monty Cody talked about. So it's the Ministry of Justice telling us that that did not happen? That's what we want to know. Or is that what they are referring to as ethical transgression? We want to know. Now, if the pickup that Martin is talking about, what is the ministry saying about the ownership of that pickup? Because these are things I do not think that we need longer to know. No. I do not think so. Let me tell you why. Because for instance, Martin make a specific, right? Martin made a specific reference to the Ministry of Transport database. Did the Ministry of Justice, right? Did the Ministry of Justice reach out to the Ministry of Transport to get out the information about that lesson plate? Did they do that? Because if they who have done that, it was going to be clear as to who actually registered that particular pickup, whose name is registered in, whose phone number. We're going to know that. So if what Martin said is true, that indeed this pickup is registered in Josh Harris' name, then we're going to say, okay, but there's the same Josh Harris that is now in the just thing. So if you are taking pickup for this man, then are you not linked? Do you not have any established connections to drugs trafficking? That is one of the questions the Ministry of Justice and I think the Executive Mansion needs to be answering here. Because one thing, they did not publish the report for us to see. No, they did not publish that. So they are living in suspense. So what is the perceived ethical transgression the Ministry of Justice is talking about? We want to know that. For which the president is saying, okay, Bianco will be suspended. It's in the pickup, the ethical transgression, and it is not direct link to a just thing. We want to know that. It's important. Now, the next thing, right? Let's see the next question that I brought to ask the government and the Ministry of Justice as well as the Executive Mansion. If the investigation found no evidence linking Bianco to illegal narcotics trafficking, why triggered the decision to suspend him? If, listen, you say ethical, but what is that? Like I asked the question, what is that ethical thing? What exactly the ministry mean by ethical concerns? When you talk about ethical consent, what exactly do you mean? Because ethical, you just different thinking, different opinion. But Matthew specifically accused this man for a certain thing. He was clear. Matthew did not leave it open. Matthew was direct. He said, this guy did certain thing. He did this. He did this. So you, in your investigation, after your investigation, you should be able to inform the president, for the president to inform the Liberian people that, listen, the issue of the pickup, Federal Biago actually received the pickup from that man. That what investigative report revealed. Or he did not receive the pickup from this guy. Or the pickup sent them for him. Or for the government. These are things we expect the executive mansion to inform the Liberian people. But Kima said no. He's not linked. But for ethical reason. What is that ethical reason? Because Martin did not just leave things open. He was clear. He accused Biago on a specific thing. So your investigative report should be clear to answer those specific things. Yeah. And for instance, right, Martin is not working in government. Martin has no authority in government. Martin sits in NATO land. But according to him, he's getting those reports from Liberia here, from the Ministry of Transport and everything. So what do you think such an investigation has been ordered by the president? The Ministry of Justice is carrying it out. Why do you think the Ministry of Justice can't go to the Ministry of Transport and say, we want to get it in here, we want to see, we want to verify from the Ministry of Transport, we want to see a database, which means this particular car is registered in, whose identity? They will know that this guy actually owns the car from the initial stage. Then how did they get into Biago's hands? You can do that. You have the resources. In the 48 hours, you can do that. That database, that I don't think it will take you all day long or 1 year to go check your database to get something from there. No. For someone tell, maybe someone come tell and say, no, they took for 8 hours short. No. Nothing short down there. In fact, I seen the president give the mandate. You just pick up phone, call the Minister of Transport, Minister of Transport. We want this evidence. We want this thing. So give her this particular thing. Which one is what? Yeah, they dig out the information from the Ministry of Transport database. They send it to you. Did you do that? What did the database of the Ministry of Transport say about the vehicle? Because that's the center of this whole thing. The vehicle is at the center of this thing. And the next thing, how Biago get hold of it. They come tell us, say, no, that ethical concern. So the next question I thought to ask was Biago gave an opportunity to respond to the allegations before his suspension. Probably, I guess, he might likely... they might likely give him that opportunity. Probably. Yeah, I strongly believe that they did that. Now, the next question is, there's new investigation. Because the president said other investigation, right? Tipo investigation. But that new investigation, who carrying it out? The Ministry of Justice has completed their 48-hour investigation. They have completed their 48 hours investigation, for which we ask all those questions. Maybe they put those things there, but maybe the president hiding it from us. The president does not want to tell us. Yeah, maybe. Or maybe they themselves did not put it there. If they did not put it there, are they the ones that are going to investigate this individual Biago again? What do we expect? Who is going to carry on this deeper investigation? The executive mansion needs to inform the Liberian people. Because the same team that investigated them, are they going to be the same team to investigate Biago deeper? We want to know that. Now, where the detailed investigation examine Biago's possible connection with individual institution involved or in a broader narcotics investigation. So the investigation that you guys going to carry on, what is it about? It's about the allegation that Matthew raised, or that what your quote unquote ethical concern. Is that what? Which one? There's the whole investigation, the deeper investigation. What is going to surround? What is going to be about? These are unanswered questions, right? Unanswered questions that the executive mansion needs to give to answer the Liberian people. Of course, right? The suspension, when he suspended, is he be suspended without pay or he will be taking pay? Yeah, that one I just, the ministry, the executive mansion did not specifically say that to us. First, we are asking these questions because we know how some of these investigations have gone in this country, where people will be told, listen, will be asked, okay, we'll suspend you, go for investigation. The whole investigation, it will die. The higher thing, just be suspended, you leave government. Just go after a few weeks, that whole thing will go down. The only thing that people don't want you to be, maybe as soon as you leave the position, the whole case will die. And the issue here is we want a fight against this drugs thing. We want a fight. And that's the reason why we are asking these questions, because they need answer. They need answer. And the executive mansion have failed to answer these questions. They failed. They didn't answer these questions. And of course, ask a question. Why is that difference between ethical transgressions and the allegation of the narcotics trafficking? What is that difference? What is the precedent interpretation, right, of ethical transgression and narcotics trafficking? Because this whole allegation is about the just thing. So is the ethical transgression about this just thing? Although you guys say he does not have any link. It's important that the executive mansion, the president, has to answer these questions. He got to do that. The Liberian people need these answers. Yeah. So except Biago, in the for 8-hour investigation, was there any link to any official from the LDA? Were there any official, or maybe the entire security sector, period, for 8 hours? Were there any link? We want to know these things. It's important. It is very, very much important. Now, yes, don't worry, we will soon open the phone line. Don't worry. We will soon open the phone line. For those of you just joining us, we'd love to say welcome. Welcome to the Talking Point on Blaze Radio 90.7 FM. My name is Ambassador KONAH RUFUS, and these are questions that need answer. These are questions that need answer. All right. I want to see if I can just lay my hands. Now, if the deeper investigation have been completed, what the president wants to see, maybe I will bring Biagos back. Or to prosecute him. So these are questions for Liberians that the executive mansion did not, they just leave it open. They just left us here wondering. And the reason why an investigative report is carried out, or yes, an investigative report is carried out, listen, is to inform the people about the reality, the truth in the allegation. And Martin Collins was very clear about this allegation, the issue of the pickup. So the president needs to inform the Liberian people about the issue of the pickup here. What is Biako's role with the pickup? We want to know that, Mr. President. Don't leave us thinking. Don't leave us wondering. We know how investigations have gone in this country. We know that. Well, most often, the only thing they just want you to leave the public space. When the official leave the public space and the public man leave from there a little bit, the whole investigation better die. Is that what we're going to see in the Biago thing? We are talking about the fight against drugs. That's what we're talking about. But an investigative report has been submitted to you, Mr. President. But you gave us detail. You did not even those things, allegations raised against Biako. The real allegation, you did not even speak on it. You wanted to say, oh, the mayor is not linked to drugs. Okay, but the pickup now, who is the real owner of that pickup? How did the pickup manage to get with the LDA, to get among Bianco's or in Bianco's convoy? These are questions that need answer. But to come out and put out a press statement, okay, you announced the new leadership of the LTA, that's wonderful. We are excited for that. But what happened to this man? The allegation against him. He said, okay, he's suspended. That's wonderful. Deeper investigation, he's not linked. But what happened to the issue of the car? Because that's the real thing, Mr. President. That's the real thing. People still wondering if Biako is actually linked, if actually he's linked to this car. And he actually got it from this George cartel. People are still wondering, then what's the essence of the investigation? What is the essence of this investigation? Now we're waiting for deeper investigation. How long the deeper investigation will last for? Is it 10 years? Or it will go for 5 years? Or after all your 6 years, Mr. President? And these are things that are raising lots of doubts that in the whole investigation team, it possibly coming in Vla. In our library, we can say Vla. It ain't check. Because know how all the investigations have been going on in this country. And it's important that the office of the president respond to these questions. They need to do that. They need to do that. The Liberian people, the whole issue of the pickup, the investigation, we do not even know no answer for it. I know maybe you know investigate, maybe you know answer for it, right? Yeah, maybe you know, maybe you get answer for whether that Biako actually received the pickup from George Carter or not. Maybe you get answer for it. But for me, no. We don't have answer. So I'm here wondering what was the essence of that investigation now? Because the real allegation raised against Biako, the investigation did not answer the question. Or probably answer it, but the president hiding it from us. And this is not good for the fight against the narcotics. No, it's not good. I mean, we're still making fun in the fight against drugs. And we start to have some things, we are still making fun. That means we are still joking as a country. All right, folks, those of you just joining us, let me say welcome. Yeah, like I said, I want to open the phone line soon. I want you to express your thoughts. So what do you make of this whole investigative report coming from, submitted to the president, right? And what the president is saying right now, the whole thing, what do you make of that? The first thing we talk about the president's strong message to his officials. What do you also make of that, right? 077790797. Call us tonight to have your say on the talking point. Yeah, let's see. I promise to open the phone line soon. So let me go there quickly because we are already running out of time. sorry, we got to take some time. But 077790797. Call us tonight to have your say. 077790797. callers tonight on the talking point to have your say. Let me take this first caller. Good evening.
Yeah, we,
Good evening. What's the name?
my name is Ibrahim Soga, member of Confirm Liberians for Trustee.
Ibrahim, go ahead.
Yeah, pertaining to the Georgia, the government doing wrong to the Liberian people, especially the president. When the George Carter people came out, they said that Jojo Kwega were part of it. They put show the West House number, Jojo West House number, and they say that Jojo West House number, and Jojo said made it that he saw a test for the people. Then why they never ever investigated Jojo Kwega and they know beyond ordinary person
All right.
in the investigation now.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Chief. Thank you. Let me say this right. Our focus is not about Jojo Baga tonight. Let me clear with those of you calling. We are talking about the investigative report of Federal Biago. And of course, the statement, the way the president spoke today. The message the president sent to his officials. These are the two things we're talking about. So nobody must have read our topic yet tonight, please. Let me take the next caller. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
This is Joseph KONAH, and I've come from district of National County.
Yeah.
Ambassador, let me begin by saying congratulations to the president. Thanks for being so fast-sighted in identifying some progresses, and there are not some progresses, some manipulation. So thanks to the president. Some of us, we are on record by that. And when the government does wrong, we are on record by saying it is wrong. And when this government does the good, we are also on record. Yes, supporting this government, but not everything is 100%. That's why some of us are very thank God that the president has identified.
My man, where you at? So your background, yeah.
No, nothing behind me. I'm far from the region.
Yeah, okay, but go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
You know, that's why the president had, very, very smart and coming out, tell his cabinet ministers to work. That's what the president said initially. I'm not coming as the president, I'm coming to lead. I'm not running for the next 6 years. I'm coming to provide leadership for better Liberia. So congratulations to you. On this investigation of Yako, I have a very serious problem with this. I said it before. If President Baka is investigation in major cases that will arise to his administration, if this justice minister stay remain as justice minister, we will see no better fruit and no better result coming out from the investigation. This justice minister is not in the interest of the arrest agenda and the country alive. Because the posted all of the information down to the document, it was posted. The only thing I think that needed for the justice minister to have done is to communicate with the transport minister to give you details information who this car is registering, who owns this car. Also said because we study here this pickup that came on for the LDA, they paraded the street and corridors of our country. Once our capital city. So we know this pickup. So if enough pickups are being identified within the convoy of Diaco, meaning the question mark. So one of the problems here, private bar manager, we know her that he are going to court, so he was handcuffed.
All right.
We know also he appear in court. So is he treated extraordinary from those that have been handcuffed and publicly been played on newspapers? Why we don't see a Leroy? What? I said to be corrected.
Thank you.
By name, Leroy, private bar CEO. We know someone handcuffed being arrested.
Thank you, Chief.
The only thing we hear on radio, yeah, he have been taking the court.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you. That take a lot of people. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, Luther.
Yeah, thank you. You do it for District number 16, most record my news minister. Your two talking point this hearing. I listen to you. I think the president most of the time, like every time, whenever you have a meeting or meeting, he always figure how to before his ministers. But it get some of them didn't get here to listen to the president. You can get to the president. So the president, the minister working the rightful way. But I believe he was talking to the minister who are they are being caught into the drug. You know, if you want to be consistent doing it, and the president was fair enough to like people. Everything is not very important. I appreciate you on that. Thank God for that. And then the next one have to do with what the talking point said.
The drugs. The
drugs.
what the talking point say?
Yeah, the drug issue.
Yeah.
Look, my brother, the country, we all have to be fair enough. Because when the person call you to work, you have to be patriotic, you have to be a good citizen. It's not about person worker. It's about you who working. A person could be a wicked person. They may like maybe they're not going to come out the way it is. Isn't it? But the person I have with the person, you can be too fast like the next somebody, then you replace somebody and you come out the way it is. But you not get it, you come out again. See, and Rosa up now, the cost the woman that employ you today. But other than they get your money.
All right.
That's not how they here. So they just before they before they went so the person like you they put this say now also you're not good at that wrong with or really government too.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me take the next call. Good evening.
KONAH.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, there.
Hello.
Huh?
Hello.
I said there, speaking.
Yeah, please speak louder, please. You are very low.
You getting me?
Yeah, we are getting you now. You say what's the name?
There, from Southern Comedy.
Yeah, please go ahead from Soul Clinic.
KONAH, we told you that we got a leader, but it's just like people that run a leader, everyone can solve the problem. And the message that the president sent to them are going directly to teach us. I teach us about the justice minister.
The justice minister?
Yeah, the justice minister.
Okay.
Because our investigation are leading the Tiago about the judge business. Tiago knows something about that. But I teach the justice minister will not want to carry on our investigation fair. So the problem, I'm talking about.
What are you talking down there?
All right, let me take another person. Go say absolutely, madam. Good evening. Yeah, good evening.
This is Javasin from rehab around the president plus.
Yeah, please go ahead, Javasin.
Yeah. You know, this government, especially executive, who controlling the executive is the president. He controlling the country. He didn't even want to listen to the people. You understand? A report from the Minister of Justice and the denying it from the executive marshal. The full control of the executive marshal is everything that's here. Any company, anybody being in a drug issue, they will deny it because they say that are interest. You understand?
We are getting you.
Even the every command, the investigation stepping in and they are pointing to another area where they talk going against each other concerning the drug issue. We now see go here and take and it's taking the same different area.
All right.
So I already know how the government already how they key to power. But the last that bring the former president of British trust making other people take it drugs. Up to now, because they're not even able to afford it.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief. Thank you. Let me take the next call. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, what's up?
This is James.
Yeah, go ahead, James.
Thank you very much. Let me start with the issue that has to do with the investigation of Diago.
Yeah.
So they are investigating based on Martin Police
Allegation.
revelation.
Yeah.
So if they said that ethical issue, maybe they have found out that he definitely took the car from George Harry, and he admitted that. So maybe they want to say it is unethical for him as an officer, especially position like that, to receive gifts from private individuals, and then he should be further investigated. Maybe he admitted that he took the car from the man, but he did not take part in the issue. So the next investigation, I'm sure it will be to check as to whether he took part in the deeds of George Harry when it comes to trading abroad the country.
So James, James, to me right.
Yeah.
So how do the Labrador people get to know that this guy admitted to receiving the car? Let's agree to what you are saying, right? Let's agree to your analogy. That probably he agree. How do the Labrador people get to know that? Because this is what the Labrador people want to know: the ownership of the car, where they get the car from.
That is where I'm coming to. So if this is what they are referring to, we should not speculate. Now I'm telling you what comes to my mind. The opposite will come to another person's mind, and we will expect the seal to provide a clear information. That's where I'm going. I'm just thinking this way, but another person could take another way. See me?
Okay.
Yeah, another person will say, so that's the wrong part. Government should be clear. That's one of the inconsistencies that the president even mentioned. I will go to later. Can you imagine that? If they are going to receive car and it's suspended and put on further investigation, how sure are we that the people who are above they don't receive of vehicle from other drug cartel? How sure are we that the president said they don't receive a private jet from drug cartel? Okay, now coming to where the president said the government is inconsistent, and that's what we say. The president himself is very inconsistent, so he can't blame everybody because the people who are appointed by the president must work at the will and pleasure of the president, and that will of the president should be one that respects the happiness of the people according to the constitution, because the government is set up to respect the happiness of the people. So if we are going at the end of the 10th year of the president's rule now, and he's coming to find consistency in the government, and he want to share blame to anybody, I don't think he should put four people at to put their integrity at stake. Because what he told them is what he's been doing. If I'm not working with somebody, you bring me out and tell me my wrong, I'm out. How do you advise me? Now 6 years going. Consistent, yes. President is consistent. He said the government was for me. If that president will go and tell about a whooping 3 million that he didn't know about it until he started. And he knew he would not go to Lupa. I tell you, he's inconsistent. Tell me, this going down the Guinean army is better in our country. Up to now, the president went, the Guinean president, he came back, he had not told anything. Nothing we are hearing that.
All right.
Just go there to help us meeting you are thinking good about modality. So let me tell you, every vote to the president, he should not put the poor people that he has appointed integrity to at stake. Like,
thank you.
According to regulars.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief.
Take your car.
Thank you. Let me take the next call. Go link. I'm okay, Pascal.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I'm the vice chair for media and publicity concern Labrador for justice.
My man, I told you when you have a call a tattoo, you'll pay smart in you.
You should be happy that we send you up for Liberia. We helping you guys in the media.
Chief,
So
go
you show
ahead.
that this country get better.
Chief,
So
go ahead.
I mean, we also deserve it. But honestly, look, President Bouaka has lost track of everything in this country. Until Liberia is really, the country is crying. It is only you that is not seeing the tears of this country. Smears everywhere. The president is not fighting. You can't win a dress. And you think everybody is supposed to follow you and celebrate when we know that you're doing nothing to solve the problem in the country, but rather escalating it. I mean, you just told us that Biako didn't do anything. How come Biako is suspended? But he didn't do anything.
No, they did not say anything. They said that there was ethical transgressions.
Chief, it was because of drugs. Our concern was we don't care about ethical stuff. So you didn't know until Martin had to postcard the decision and say ethical outside of what Martin posted. Is that what President Bouaka is telling us? Did he realize that that man was unethical? He did it before Martin or after Martin has posted. Is that what President Bouaka, is that what you want to believe too? That that man did something, even though he did it, didn't take action until Martin has to post paper that yes, Biako received this from Kakio. KONAH, let's stop it. Is this the president that you said was coming to change the country? Is that what you're telling me tonight? Oh yeah, the man was ethical. So okay, all right, okay, that you Biako, we agree. So he didn't do anything. The last time I checked, Brian McGill was free. Brian went to the court so not they said I not rape. What said that Bouaka didn't reinstate Brian after it was established that Brian did not rape anybody? If you claim that yes, you are here to make still rest for our country, one of the callers just said something to you. And Bouaka went to FOIA. He built mansions worth over $10 million US. The president said at the beginning of that project, he didn't know. Are you saying to me $10 million US project? And the president of the country, the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Liberia, the chief executive of the country, is telling all of us, including you, that I didn't know about it. Is that serious, President?
Okay.
Is it true that President Bouaka is actually chose of forget about me. You let me, okay, you let CDC people, but they 1 year are asking you $10 million. President Bouaka said he didn't know.
That we asking.
No, I mean, I'm asking you, you're journalist.
Thank you,
he said he didn't know. So where is the country held? So guess what? The woman that he appointed now, the Precious rule. You know the issue regarding pressure now? Our sources are informing us that saying gay have got something to do with pressure.
All right.
They were receiving.
Okay.
So,
we'll talk about that, G. We'll talk about that. See you. Good evening.
Thank you.
Hello? Hello? You are breaking in, please. Shake up a little bit.
Hello?
Hello?
You getting me?
Yeah. What's the name?
Yeah, thank you, Ambassador KONAH. This is Bobby Abu Meska. I do join the conversation on District 6 ethical.
Yeah.
So, KONAH,
please go ahead.
For you today that each careful intellectual can recognize the effort of man who stood by the government, who brought the government to power, can criticize the government or they are official with the government and the president can take decisions. You see the president demonstrate the leadership. Listen to the Liberian people. That the Liberian people don't want to look. If you then look at the DE, they cannot change it. They cannot what the president is doing to DE. They only need to hear Liberian to take the mantle of duty and say this man, President Bouaka wants to do something at the DE to fight justice in this country. So those that see that you are using the
That those are things that they get mean.
You are still breaking. What? Hello? Hello? Come on. Hello? You are coming very bad. You are coming very bad.
So the issue is the government, and the government is extremely well. Wait, listen to you. You praise the government because the leadership that the president wants to be a minister. Every time you talk to the minister, they don't look at any part on the 17, 18, 19. Who will have the president here who was a minister that he don't never want to go to parliament one day. I want to go to a ministerial meeting and one internet to the right thing for the people. Our president should be, but they should know very well. The president just do so for the country. He want to transform the country and why he see as a leadership. So I don't know why our president getting that the issue.
So Abu,
the government is
So this issue of the investigation, right? Where did that car come from? The pickup. Where did it come from to get in the convoy of the LDA officer in charge, the former LDA officer in charge?
So granted. So that's the reason. None of us aware where the people came from. We're not aware of it.
Then why is the essence of the investigation?
Listen, true, Martin raised his argument. Martin raised the Biaco. On the starting point of the people, I used to pick up more than a people that government jail and Biaco. When you use a government card, you don't use it, but you see. Pick up a big game and let it. So these are the things that Martin raised against the man. And so then, going through the investigation, when Bianco was guilty in the Abu getting the paper, Bianco was extremely high, they didn't got the paper.
So Abu. So you're trying to tell us that the investigation that was completed by the Ministry of Justice, it did not tell us, right? It did not find out where he got the pickup from?
So the issue is, we have to hold the Minister of Justice responsible. That's why the government there, they are still going into the investigation. And yet,
all right, G. Abu, Thank you, Chief. Good evening.
Ambassador.
Good evening.
Yeah, this is Edward Carr, and I am a proud member of Concerned Library of Justice. Thank you for the enlightenment tonight. This kind of education I go for our country. To start with the president is saying to his supporter, look, other than seeing you guys are doing ranching all over, I have done my own investigation. I come to realize that what we told the Liberian people that we were to do, including this cocaine issue, we have not done enough. So it is time to tighten our belt to do more.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Because you push the issue of coach. For example, report at all suggesting that all of you have 2025 to 2026, coach is now to 80%. Then instead of you bringing cocaine in the country, you are exporting cocaine in the country. And this is why we said when the president took over, we felt that his children could have served as in disguise prime minister to him, because knowing the guys that are appointed in the position, knowing fully well what they go after, what they want, they may not want the president to get some information, to get some news, because they want to continuously maintain their paycheck. They're not going to be sending some information to him. We feel that looking at and looking at social complication, we feel that his children could have served as a foreign minister, prime minister, in disguise, to be able to inform him about some of the prevailing information. So probably the president has heard something and he is not satisfied with. This is why he's coming up with this statement that he made. However, I think in some of his statement, it's kind of a recitation. Because the last time, when we were talking about the minister, he said this thing warning, which was called a medical Taiwan gun blow, corner of the Supreme Court. He told me that No, the president is supposed to give warning to anybody as to whether you want to remove them or not based on their failure to deliver the report. Because the greater responsibility is shoulder of the president. Okay? So they know that he sent a warning. Then the party chairman came out and said, Mr. President, there's a need for us to reshuffle. So if the president thinks and feel that people are not delivering, the only thing that he can do to let these people go, they continue to tell us, like, children in the kids class would say, when I saw a little bird come, when I saw a little bird, stop. We take that repetition. It is time for him to make a move and make a decision. And let me say, kudos to you. That way you push for Biako or push for take it to reality for not to a satisfactory level. Because if you tell me that Biako, the only ethical issue we heard about him being associated with Baker. But for Biako now, for just a minister to do a 48-hour investigation based on the instructions of the president, to come and tell us, no, Biako is not linked to this thing. But what we'll do now, we'll suspend it based on ethical issues and subject it to further investigation. No! You don't think no, we are not stupid, and you don't think you want to make us stupid. We are aware of the situation. The facts remain. The reason why Biako cannot be touched, when you touch him, you will call names because the police RG told us the higher up in the government are involved. So, for Biako not to be able to disclose some of the higher up in the government, you say, Biako, you are suspended and you are under investigation, but you are free to go. So, let the president be first about the issue because it affects the country. But for those who are in the opposition, when we hear about this thing, what we do, we forget about eating our driving and just drink wine that I'm drinking tonight. I'm happy.
Thank you,
that
Chief.
the government is destroying itself. That the government is in complete total.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you. Good evening. Good evening. You are live.
Yeah. Hi.
I'm okay. What's the name?
This is Caroline G. We're calling from Tuporish.
Caroline, go ahead. Hello? Oh, we lost her there. We lost her. Let me take the next call. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Chief.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, I'm cool. How you doing?
Yeah, call my name. What's the name?
Yeah, I'm Timothy Joseph calling you from the Dugo and
please go ahead, Timothy.
Yeah, I want to say thank you for the topic on our discussion, honestly. And it's right that you do so for Liberians to know the importance of a good leadership. Yeah. So, because yesterday, somebody leave power because of the sake of joy in this country. And you came with the intention of telling us you are a rescue mission to rescue us from Kush. Why today? So I wonder why when people go on air or people come on air to talk about this, other people will feel bad, other people will say this. We are not in the interest of an individual. We're in the interest of this country. So everything that will make this country be better is what we're talking about. So they have to tell us why Biako today, who was, hello?
You are live.
Yeah, Biako today, that go for investigation, have not come out to tell us, oh, what Biako, I mean, is like this. Why they should let him go? Because it shows to us that if they tempt to Biako will call other people names. This is the reason why they avoid Biako. But we pray that y'all keep pushing this thing until they get all the factual information. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Thanks for having me. I say 077-907-907. Call us tonight to be live on the talking point. Let me take the next caller right here. Good evening. I'm okay. Your phone is running. Your phone is bad. No, I can't continue with you. Sorry, I just can't continue with you before you spoil my ears. 077-907. Let me take the next one from this uncle. Good evening. You are live.
Sir, this is Caroline. Do you want to back again?
Okay, Caroline. Please go ahead, Caroline.
Hello?
Yeah, I said please go ahead. You are live.
Yes. All I want is
Caroline, you breaking you.
Hello?
Yes, you were breaking you just now, but please go ahead. We get you now.
Am I huh?
You are live.
Okay. Please help us. But the whole just before us our status like
Caroline, Caroline, you rarely coming broken. You are really breaking, Caroline. I don't know. It seems like you need to change your location and call back, please. Let me take the next one. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. What's the name?
I'm John Joseph from Ghana.
Please go ahead from Ghana's,ville, John.
Hello, my brother. Let me tell you we the Liberia people something. We're not serious. We will not, any government enter in our chair, will not employ foreigners. We will employ Liberians. And a Liberian get in our chair, we expecting them from to do something good for the Liberian people. But the Liberian people get over there, they want to enrich themselves instead of the president. A report the people give to the president that the president is acting on. You will not take foreigners to work. Any government get over there. They pass leader. All they get to the man breaking down like this. They were not in it. They were not pass leader. But that man will not leave from that mansion and get on the street. To checking all the way that reason we implore Liberians to be there, to be in the interest of Liberians. But we're not serious. We get over there, except when the government win any case, that just a minister, that man China just a minister before. Because all of them in the same deal. All of them.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Let me take the next call. Good evening. Good evening.
Yeah.
What is your name, please?
I'm Arvin Johnson, calling from Tuboro Station number 4, the chairperson for the Concerned Librarian for Justice.
Arvin, please go ahead.
So you see, in this country, when we try to speak on any issue, we should be paying our. If yesterday the people said that, oh, the CC government, and what they were, so they remove them. They bring Boaka government. They're trying to tell you the thing that was wrong yesterday, we want you to change it. And I'm telling you, say, for you to do it, or because the other people did it yesterday, so are doing it today. No, now what they put you there for. So today we see that just take the whole country. When you pass so just, you go so just. First time ever in Liberia history for DA, NSA, police, all of them will be involved with God.
Although there's no evidence. Okay, here you go. There you go. Yes, a winner. 0777 07907. Yes, we got 0777 Let me take the next call. Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening. You are live.
My name is Jeremiah calling from Arotu Bell.
Please go ahead, Jeremiah.
You see, the whole concerning the whole justice in this country, we need to be exact. The justice system, the DA working in this country, but the justice system sick. Because DA will go do the arrest, then when you go low, the justice or the case will put a person outside. It will not be fine. So you will not look at the president sitting behind a horse or he a horse. Then you look at the man to get on the field to go do his work. What we have in the Senate, the House of Senate, we have in the House of Representatives. All those people make the law, but they are not going by the law. So we should put the country into place. So that's where I stop.
All right. Thank you, Chief. Thank you. I don't know why you wait. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, please speak louder. What's the name?
Yeah, I'm Jim Oliver, calling from Cowell.
Go ahead from Cowell, James.
Okay, folks. The only thing I would say about with us in the country is the only way they drop is to stop. They thing, the freezing food on the learning man, yeah, stop. And the only way the job is now stop.
That the freezing food bringing the jobs in Liberia?
The learning men they can use that they will use the thing to bring it, they sustain.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Let me take the next call quickly. Good evening.
Hello, Bambi.
Yeah, Bambi, go ahead from Boston.
Thank you. My brother, if Mr. Biako is not involved with this case, why you suspend him or you fire him? You put something in a place. Let's be a realistic man. That man is involved. The man is involved. With all the instances we saw on the net, on the social media, all are true. All are true. This is why when he went to investigate him, I think he alluded to all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. Why is it? Why did he around the thing? Why is it? The man is involved. The king now that man to do. That man is involved. The fact when the king around here, people, build area to arrest people according to reliable source, there was a 150,000 men here. And today, that money was turned up because the man was inside. He was already in the hands of the police. What can he say? So, brother,
all right.
That police director need to be arrested. Because he also involved. Because this guy working directly with you.
Okay.
And he report to him. You are the HR.
Yep, you're producing evidence too. When you produce the evidence, you'll be investigated too.
Oh.
I said when you people produce evidence that the police actually is involved, maybe the person will call for investigation for 8 hours as well.
Well, yeah, this is how we say the first detective that he was telling that this man, there's a student that we want to ask, we want to know what they're doing. The man is criminal, you consider the drugs, why you got to say the name?
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for having us here. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. What's your name, please?
This Soma Vavle calling from Tibia.
You say calling from where?
MLT Tibia.
Please go ahead.
When it comes to the drugs business, we need to be very, very careful in this country. Anything that you know you can't earn, don't start it. One, the president should be very, very careful in dismissing. Before you dismiss, you have also before you be a security personnel, you have to have passion for the job. Or some other men get in the security setting, but they don't have passion for it. You getting me?
We are getting you.
One, dismissing not the issue, but how the second thought. What become the next thing, the next step for the person that you're dismissing? So you have to be very, very careful when you're running your decision. When you vest on the decision, when you have this.
So that means you are trying to say the president shouldn't have suspended or removed Fedra Biako from the LDA?
But I can't talk now. You have to call the person for consultation.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know. Good evening. You are my last caller.
Yeah, I was saying about my phone went off.
What's the name? What's the name?
Alvin Johnson.
Yeah,
Alvin Johnson.
Yeah, Alvin, go ahead quickly. Let me conclude with you.
So, first time in history in Liberia for you to see NSA investigate all the security people, police, immigration, all of them part of JOS. That never happened before. For us to see it happening now under the kind of 40-year-old president, it's shocking me. and the director, you are asking for evidence. The evidence is there. Everybody that the police director appointed to DA, all of them were caught in the dot web. Even the people that were dismissed for armed robbery, he brought them back, did their job. They themselves were caught in the just web.
All right, Avi.
Right there, as a hero man country or president will sustain the man and investigate him. Because everybody that's surrounding part of the job, he brought.
Okay. Thank you. We are out of time.
So that's it. That's it. So we should be clear. The president should be clear.
Thank you.
And his son is involved also.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you. I don't know why the president's son. All right, folks. So that does it. For tonight's edition of the Talking Point. Let me say many thanks to every one of you who put in your course. Yeah, every one of you put in your course. Let me say many thanks to you. Those of you who try calling but did not come through, I sincerely apologize. Join us tomorrow for the May week. We are going to be here for the May week edition of the Talking Point. But listen, right? To be real, the president spoke well today to his lieutenants. He spoke well. And that's something I thought that the president was speaking the reality on the ground. There are progress being made, but listen, there are lots of inconsistency. And the president said that. He said that. So he spoke like a leader, and for which I want to give it up to him for. But aside from the speaking, listen, Mr. President, when you're advising people, when you are a father or a mother, let's say as a parent, or you're advising your kids, your children, and they do not want to listen to you, so try to go for you to whip them, for to punish them, for to discipline them. So when you're talking to those people and they are not adhering to your advice as a leader and maybe a father to them, take action against them on the job they do. Take action against them. It is important. Now, the issue that has to do with the investigation, Mr. President, there are lots of unanswered questions. In fact, the press statement from the executive mansion, it opened more room, it asked more questions than answering questions. Because the reason why this investigation was established, right, we did not even get the information. It was about the pickup. Was he, where did he get the pickup from? How did they manage to enter his convoy? These are questions we needed the investigation to answer. Did the investigation answer those questions and the executive mansion is hiding it from us? We want to know. But for someone wait for a deeper investigation and we know how other investigations have been ending in this country. So they were going for a deeper investigation. You did not tell us how long it will last for. Who are those carrying on that investigation? You did not tell us. So you just leave out hanging. How sure are we there will be an investigation, Mr. President? And this thing of the fight against drugs, Mr. President, if you do not put your foot down, this will paint your government negatively. Let's be clear. And the issue that has to do with Biago, with the suspension, yeah, it's good for you to suspend him. But we want to know how was the investigation. The issue of the pickup. What question did the investigation solve about that pickup? We want to know. Because he said, the investigation said that Biago, there's no established link to any drugs trafficking. We agree with that, right? Okay, for argument's sake, we agree. But what about the pickup now? So that means he did not receive the pickup from anyone. Is the pickup the government pickup? It's if owned by the LDA. These are questions we want to know. Who registered the pickup at the Ministry of Transport? We want to know that. These are questions that we expect the investigation, the 48 hours investigation to solve, to answer. But it did not answer the question. Probably maybe answered by executive mansion hiding it from us. And that's the reason why we want the executive mansion to speak further. If possible, make the report public. Publish the report. Why is that for the hard? If you want to be an open government. What is in the report you want to have? Publish it. Let the people see it. But again, folks, let me say, have yourself a wonderful time. Join us tomorrow for another fascinating edition of the Talking Point. Already out of time. Join us tomorrow for another fascinating edition of the Talking Point. But there are lots of unanswered questions about this Biako investigation. And now the president is wait for another investigation. He didn't tell who carrying it on. He didn't tell how long it lasting for. Nothing. When you wait. We waiting. Mr. President, no, nobody is stupid yet. You guys need to do the right thing, right? Answer those questions. Publish the investigative report. If I did our investigative report, publish it first. They will know. It's important for you to do that. All right, folks. So that's all the time we have for you tonight on the Talking Point. Join us tomorrow for another fascinating edition of the program. Until tomorrow, my name is Ambassador KONAH RUFUS. Yeah, my name is Ambassador KONAH RUFUS. I'd love to say, have yourself a wonderful, wonderful time from Pinsville. Bye-bye for now.
Radio, they bring talk where they heaven. Ambassador KONAH RUFUS on the mic. For Talking Point, we go shine the light. Talking Point for Blaze we day. 90.7 online every day. Politics, news and truth we bring. For Liberia, we go make you sing. We talk the matter, no go hide, no go run. From Monrovia to every town, we get the one. Issues with matter, we go break out.